Good day, ladies and gentlemen who is watching. Welcome to our daily tutorial. I am James Advincula, your tutor. Now we will discuss about the subject-verb agreement. What is subject-verb agreement? Subject-verb agreements is using a sentence that a verb agrees on a subject or a subject agrees with their verb. That's the subject-verb agreement. There are 20 rules of subject-verb agreement. The first, verb-number agreement. Singular subject takes singular verbs and plural subject take plural verbs. Example, the list of the those was too long for me to handle. Another one, the list of those were too long for me to handle. The first one is singular that have singular subject and singular verbs, and the other one is have a plural subject have a plural verb. And another example, even an animal has its own territory. It's singular because the subject is singular, and so his verb is singular too. Another one, even animals have their own territory, their plural verb and a plural subject. On the rule number 2, for when the verb s at the end. The s added after a noun indicates plural, but an s after a verb indicates third person singular. The sentence is in a third person and the subject is singular. For example, she goes to the library every single day. Another example, they go to the restaurants every day for this favorite dish that have the s on the last verb that indicates that the third person singular and the sentence of third person and the subject is singular. On the rule number 3, the verb was to agree only with the true main subject, not with the intervening plural object of a preposition or any other intervening plural. Example, the box of Nestle chocolates is missing. The main subject is box, not chocolate. Hence, where is last T of R. That's the rule number 3. On the rule number 4, subject joined by N are usually plural and take plural verbs. Example, his laptop and my iPad were stolen from the desk. And there's a subject by using N or usually plural and take plural verbs. Another example, Chennai and Kolkata have very hot weather. There's joined by N on the word that usually plural. So the things that you may know. Two singular nouns connected by N and both are about the same person, thing, then the verb remains singular. Two subjects connected by N are preceded by each, every, or many. A singular verb is to be used. That's the rule number 4. On rule number 5, for with together, with along, with, besides, as well as, including, in addition to, do not affect the number of the verb if the main subject is singular. The verb has to be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb has to be plural. Example, the television along with the cabinet is to be sold. There's along with on the sentence. Another example, our chief competitor as well as ourselves is obligated to increase the prices. There's a as well as on the sentence that using on the rule for number 5. Rule number 6, when both singular and plural subjects are present. If the subject is made up of both singular and plural words connected by or, nor, either, nor, not only, but also then the verb agrees with the main part of the subject. Example, neither the quality nor the prices have changed. They're using neither and nor also on the sentence rather. Another example, neither the prices nor the quality has changed. They're using again the neither and nor of the sentence. They have both singular and plural subject are present. On rule number 7, rule for neither nor, either or, and or, if the subject consists of two singular words connected by or, neither nor, either or, the subject is singular and requires a singular verb. Example, neither the laptop nor the phone was in working order. They're using neither on the sentence, or that have an or. Another example, either January and February is going to be her wedding month. They're using either on the sentence and using or. So that's the rule number 7. On rule number 8, for nouns that are plural in form but singular in meaning. Example, singular meaning, nouns that are plural in form but singular in meaning, such as news, measles, moms, physics, electronics, statistics, economics, and so on, are usually take singular verbs. For example, news is traveling faster than ever before. They're using a news on the word. Another, physics has fascinated my hotel meal for months. So the physics are used and fascinated on the sentence. So that's the rule number 8, that a plural in form but the singular meaning. Okay. On the rule number 9, a linking verb usually agrees with its subject, not with its complement. Example, excessive absence were the reason for his failure. So there's a linking verb usually agreed with the subject. Okay. Another, the reason for his failure was excessive absences. So there's a linking verb usually agrees on the sentence. On rule number 10, rule for nouns that do not have singular forms, plural verbs are required. For many nouns that have no singular form, such as proceeds, goods, ashes, remains, credentials, and premiums, and etc. Example, the proceeds of the magic show are to be given to fund for soldier welfare. So they're using a proceeds words on a sentence. Another, the goods are being dispatched today by goods to A. So they're using a goods on the sentence. That's the rule 10 for nouns that do not have singular forms. That's the rule number 10. What is collective noun? A collective noun represents on the sentence of group of person, name, things, and etc. It's what is the collective nouns does. So collective nouns are using on the verb agreement. That's collective noun. On the collective nouns, on the subject of verb agreement, there's a 10 rules for. On the rule 1, when a group acts as a unit, the verb should be singular. Example, the committee has agreed to submit its report on Friday. So the committee, its group acts as units, the verb should be singular. So using the committee. So another example, the board of directors meets once in a month. So they're using a group act as well as units. The verb should be singular. So the sentence could be a singular on the verb. So on the rule number 2, when the members of the group are thought of as acting separately, the verb should be plural. Example, the teams are arguing over who will be the captain. I think the individual members in the team is arguing. So the sentence should are separately acting. Okay. The committee were not in agreement on the action to be taken. So that's the example of, and it should be plural teams or something on the sentence. So on rule number 3, company names may be either singular or plural according to their meaning. The plural form of emphasizes of individual personnel making up the company. Example, Mudra and Corporation have trained the goodwill of their customer. So they both company names have been either a singular or plural. The oil corporation is located off 9-Man Point, Mumbai. So the sentence could be their companies maybe either singular or plurals according to their meaning. So that's the rule number 3. On rule number 4, rule for nouns expressing time, money, quantity. When nouns expressing periods of time, amounts of money, of quantity of considered is a singular unit and a singular verbs are used. Example: RS10 seems too much for the job. So they're using a number on the sentence. Another: 3 months is too long a time to wait. So they're using a quantity of the sentence. So that's the rule number 4 for expressing on the quantity, on the time, and the money, such as expressing the periods. So under rule number 5, after such as expression as 1/2 of, 2/3 of, a part of, a majority of, use a singular verb of the singular nouns follows the of. Example: a part of the office is closed. So the sentence follows by the of. So another: 2/3 of the mailing list has been typed. So they're using 2/3 of, and then use a singular verb if the singular nouns follows the of. That's the rule number 5. On rule number 6, rule for the numbers. The expression the number has a singular meaning and requires a singular verb, whereas the expression a number of has a plural meaning and takes a plural verb. Example: the number of board members is very small. So the number is of the board is members very small. So expressions of the number has a singular meaning. So another example: a number of board members were absences. So in the number 4, a plural meaning and takes a plural verb. So that's the rule number 6. Rule number 7. In a sentence containing the words one of, the verb is chosen as follows. In a simple form, a singular verb in a verb are to be used rather. So example: one of the reasons of his division is carelessness. So they're using one of. Another: one of the pens is missing from my desk. So they're using one of. So the sentence containing phrases one of those who are one of the things that a plural verb is required. So that's the rule number 7. On rule number 8, rule of singular nouns and plural verbs. Certain collective nouns, those who are singular in form, are always used in a plural sentence and take a plural verb. For example: gentry, cattle, poultry, alphabets, offsprings, and etc. Example: these poultry are ready for rail. So the sentence have the word poultry on the singular nouns and a plural verb. So another: this is our 26th alphabet in English. So they're using a alphabet word, have a singular nouns and a plural verbs that contain collective nouns. So on rule number 9, always singular nouns. Certain nouns are always used in a singular and followed by singular verbs. They are not used in the plural sentence and do not take our plural verb. Example: her hair's turned gray now. So her hair has turned gray now. In the scenery of Kasauli is beautiful. So the sentence have they're always singular nouns, and certain nouns are always used in a singular of the sentence. That's the rule number 9. On rule number 10, the rule for using each, every, either, neither. The words every, either, neither used as pronouns or else adjectives are always singular and require singular verbs. For example, each of them do have political ambitions. Ooh. So using each of the sentence on pronouns as adjectives can be used as a pronouns or else and adjectives. Another example. Each employee is responsible for cleaning its desk in the evening. So they're using each on sentence that making use as a pronouns or as adjectives. That's the rule number 10. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something for our daily tutorial. I am James Advincula, your tutor. Thank you.